It's the Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota pregame show. For all your transportation needs, see Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota as they celebrate 65 years of serving the area.
Welcome back to the 88th Annual NTC Tournament. Going to take a quick look at the stats individually from that previous game in the Consolation Championship, where Cody Zimdars finished with 23 to lead North Clay. He was 8 of 12 from the field, 7 of 7 at the free throw line with 7 rebounds. 17 points from Carter Walden as he finished with, 19? Let's see, 16, 18, 19. Yep, 19 points for Walden. He was 7 of 13 from the field and 4 of 5 at the free throw line with 8 rebounds. Jesse Widener, 3 of 7 from the floor, 5 of 6 at the free throw line, 8 rebounds and 12 points. Also 6 points off the bench from Mason Byers, 3 for 3 from the field with a couple of rebounds. 2 points for Lucas Griffey as he was 2 for 2 at the free throw line. 2 points for Gavin Hosselton, 1 from 3 from the field. He grabbed a couple of rebounds as well. Ethan Kinsler was 1 for 4 from the field with 2 points. Jackson Gergel finished 6 of 20 from the field, but 9 of 11 at the free throw line. He had 6 rebounds and 23 points for the Hatchets. Brody Hendrickson, 4 of 15 from the field, 5 rebounds and 8 points. 6 points from Connor Manhart, 2 of 11 from the field with a rebound. 4 for Aiden Sayers, 2 of 5 from the field with 4 rebounds and 4 points. Nathaniel Gracie, 2 of 5 from the field, 0 of 2 at the free throw line, 5 rebounds and 5 points. Rylan Rinker, 0 for 1 from the field, 1 of 2 at the free throw line, 5 rebounds and a point. Colton Bridges, 0 for 1 from the field, 4 rebounds though. And Blaze Verdine, 1 for 2 from the field with 2 points in this one, as it was a big victory for the North Clay Cardinals in the Consolation Championship. And we're getting set for Altamont and St. Elmo Brownstown in the third place game. And the big news for Altamont, we saw the injury at the end in the fourth quarter to Dylan Elam. He is unavailable today. He is out with that knee injury. He had a knee injury early in the season where he missed some time. It is the same knee. The pain is coming from the same spot, so they are going to have him checked out a little closer coming up here this week, as Dylan Elam unavailable for the Indians today against St. Elmo Brownstown. So not good news for the Indians or the tournament in general.
Yeah, no, I mean, Dylan's a big part of what Altamont does, and so for him not to be available, they'll make the adjustment. But one thing that is for certain is that these Altamont kids and Coach Nieberger aren't going to use it as an excuse. They're going to get out there and get after it, and still fully expect to see a really competitive, good basketball game here for third place.
Well, it'll be Altamont, the visitors, in the ball game. We'll see how they do it on the scoreboard. Sometimes they keep them as far as the scoreboard as the home team, just to kind of keep continuity for the board operators. But they are in the black uniforms, so they are the visitors coming from the bottom side of the bracket. So in the lineup, Caden Davis, number 2 rather, a 5'10 senior. He gets the start today, as he is wearing number 2 today. Eli Miller, number 14, a 6-foot senior, wears number 14. He's averaging 10 points a contest. He has 17 in the Indians' 2 games of this tournament. Davis, by the way, averaging just under 6 points, has 10 tournament points thus far. Cade Melville, the sophomore, 6'2", averages 7 points a ball game. He has 17 in the tournament thus far. Aiden McManaway, a number 24, a 6'2 senior, has averages 6 points a game and has 19 thus far in the tournament. And rounding out the lineup is the big man, Caden Miller, number 42, 6'5 senior, averages 13 points a ball game and about 11 rebounds a contest. He's got 35 tournament points thus far, and he's averaging a double-double here at the tournament as well.
Yeah, I think 28 rebounds, I believe, by my count, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So the starting lineups for the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles, the home team, they're 18-4. They will start Josiah Maxey, the 5'9 senior, wears number 14. He has 13 tournament points, and he averages 7 points a ball game. Colin Maxey, his cousin, a 6'2 senior, wears number 20. He is averaging just over 11 points a ball game, and he has 27 here at the tournament. Cade Schaub, a 6'2 senior, wears number 24. He averages 13 points a ball game. He has 24 tournament points. Brody Mason, a 5'10 senior, number 25, with 14 tournament points, averages 7 points a game, so he's right on the mark there. And Adam Atwood, the leading scorer for this club at over 17 points a game, has 27 tournament points. The point guard is a 6-foot senior, and he crossed the 1,000-point mark earlier this week at the NTC tournament. So it should be a lot of fun as it's the Altamont Indians and the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles, the 2 and the 4 seed, battling it out for this third-place title.
I mean, I'm expecting a good contest, and really, I've belabored the point, but I'll say it again. Since Thursday, we haven't had a bad game in this tournament. And just looking on paper, you know, Dylan Elam or no Dylan Elam, I think that this one shaped up pretty well. But if you're St. Elmo Brownstown, like you know that that's something that Altamont's got to figure out how to deal with. And so you figure out how to best attack it, right? I think if you're also the Eagles, like, you're such a good team, you're going to go about your business a certain way one way or the other. Like, I don't know, but maybe it doesn't actually affect. Maybe I just kind of talked myself in and out of that argument all in one sentence.
It's going to be Altamont's Cade Miller jumping it up against St. Elmo Brownstown's Cade Schaub. Troy Crumrye will toss it in the air. He's joined out there by Don Leidy and Howard Manuel. Miller wins the tip. He knocks it back to Caden Melville. We get things started with Altamont with the ball for the first possession. He's picked up by Josiah Maxey. They get a high post to Caden Miller. He looks in the corner to McManaway. McManaway into the lane, out to Melville. He'll now drive from the top of the key to the right side. Shot up left short. Rebound Caden Miller. His put back short, but he gets it again, and Caden Miller sticks that one up and in.
Well, starts the game doing what he does.
Gets the first 2 points of the ball game as Adam Atwood will bring it up court, matched up with Aiden McManaway. That could be a lot of fun. Atwood looks to Mason, who goes to the baseline. Got the ball knocked out of his hands by Caden Miller. Then he dives out of bounds and throws it off of Mason to get the possession for Altamont.
And just a point of clarity, they do have the Altamont points on the guest side of the scoreboard, which just from a broadcaster's point of view works out nicely. Hopefully they'll be able to keep it straight.
Melville crosses the timeline, gets to the top of the key, and hands it to McManaway. McManaway looks through the backdoor cutter. That's Davis. Little floater is up, no good. Rebound Atwood. He blasts it up court on the right side with the dribble. Gets all the way to the baseline. He's bumped and fouled by McManaway.
Well, Greg Fiesel said after St. Elmo Brownstown's first game of this tournament, it's so important to have a point guard who can rebound and then just bring the ball up the floor, and Adam Atwood shows you that there. And in the disarray, Altamont commits the foul. That one goes against McManaway.
So Atwood from the baseline is trying to find somewhere to go. Gets it to Josiah Maxey in the right corner. He dribbles it out to the wing, down to the top of the key. Hands it off. Nope. Now he gives it to Atwood. Little pass got away, but Atwood tracks it down. He takes it back to the center circle, looks to Colin Maxey. They gamble for the pass to the Indians. They don't get it. Maxey hands it off to Mason. Mason inside, leans back and puts it off the glass and good.
Tough look. Got it to go, falling away from the basket.
So it's 2-2 with 6:34 on the clock as McManaway gets it out to Melville. Melville from the top of the key drives, leaves it to McManaway in the corner. He tries to get into the lane and has it stripped at the free throw line. Josiah Maxey takes it, leaves it with Mason. Mason on the right side got tangled up with Caden Davis, and they say Davis got him on the arm. Caden felt like he had that ball knocked away cleanly.
Well, one turnover for each of these teams and a couple of quick fouls for Altamont as Davis picked up his first.
Altamont did come out of the locker rooms wearing their home whites, and when they went down in the locker room, they changed into the road uniform. That's why we might have a change to the number of Caden Davis, as they will now say that Mason was in the act of shooting. He's going to get a couple of free throws.
Well, I think, if you're Altamont, you already probably weren't a big fan of the call, and then it gets worse whenever it sends Mason to the free throw line and makes the first two.
And he made the second one as well, as he has 4 in the ball game, and he's had a solid tournament for the Eagles. Makes it a 4-2 contest as St. Elmo Brownstown take their first lead of the night. McManaway to the top of the key. Gets it to Davis. He tries to bounce it to Miller on the baseline. Miller goes, makes the catch. Skip pass to the opposite corner to Melville. He gets it out to Eli Miller on the right wing. Tries to drive in, stumbles and falls down as it's taken away by the Eagles. They get it up court to Josiah Maxey, who stops at the top of the key. Works it back out to Colin Maxey. Colin drives into the lane. Gets it over in the corner to Mason. Launches a high arcing three, no good. Rebound tapped out long. It's in Altamont's backcourt. Miller dives for it. Can't get it as Schaub beat him to it. Now Schaub goes up court. Got the ball knocked away by Eli Miller. He throws a baseball pass ahead to Caden Miller. Splits the defense. Sweeps up a shot. No good, as there's been contact on both ends of the court and no call. Rebound taken by Atwood. He'll bring it up court and slow things down as the Eagles look to add to their 2-point edge.
Well, for St. Elmo Brownstown, this is the same kind of game that they were in with St. Anthony in the semifinals.
Atwood gets around McManaway, penetrates the lane, leaves it with Mason for a corner three. It's no good. Rebound weak side to Melville. Cade pushes it up court for the Indians. Gets all the way to the basket. Shot off the glass a little strong. Rebound tapped around. Josiah Maxey claims it. Quick outlet to Atwood. He drives to the layup. He missed it. But Cade Schaub sweeps in, grabs the rebound, and puts it up and in. Now Altamont, inbound pass. Quick outlet to Caden Miller. He had Brody Mason on his back, and they say the foul occurred before the shot, and they will not count the shot for Miller, who put that one up with Mason all over him.
I mean, Mason had him wrapped up from behind, just giving him a bear hug there. So far, the style of play has got everyone's blood flowing in the gym, if I could put it mildly.
It's 6-2 in favor of St. Elmo Brownstown. Altamont with the ball to inbound to Caden Miller. Miller on the wing, gets it out top to Melville. Melville to the right side. Holds, gets it to Davis. Davis in the center circle. To McManaway, he crosses the top of the key. Now he's picked up his dribble on the right side of the lane. Gets it back out top to Davis. Davis to McManaway. McManaway working from the top of the key. Backs things out. Against the man-to-man of the Eagles. Now contact between him and Colin Maxey. Maxey falls down. McManaway got it out top to Eli Miller. Eli Miller to the right side. Picks up his dribble. Goes to Caden Miller at the top of the key. Caden hands it back to Melville. 4:10 on the clock. Melville works to the left side. Gets into the lane. Puts up a shot. It was blocked from behind. But they say Cade Schaub hit him on the head on the shot attempt.
That'll be Schaub's first trip to the free throw line for Melville, who's taken it to the rim a couple of times in this game.
So with 4:04 to play in the first quarter, Altamont will have a chance to get a little closer, trailing by 4. Free throw for Melville is up and good. Cade has his first point of the ball game, makes it 6-3 with 4:04 on the clock.
Melville, one of a lot of sophomores who have made their mark on this tournament this week.
This one's up and it's good. He hits them both. He makes it a 6-4 ball game as St. Elmo Brownstown gets the ball inbounded. Eli Miller hit the floor and hobbles down the court. Atwood pushes it up court, gets it in the corner to Schaub for 3, and he buries it. Cade Schaub has 5, and it's a 9-4 advantage for the Eagles. Altamont on the attack. It's Eli Miller driving to the basket. Shot no good. Rebound still being batted around, and Josiah Maxey clears it. Ahead to Brody Mason on the left side. Stops. Shot no good. Colin Maxey there for the rebound. Goes up with it. Lost the handle on the way up. Rebound McManaway, and as McManaway tries to make a pass out of a crowd up court, there's a foul whistled against the Eagles.
That is going to be a second foul for Cade Schaub, so he sits down, and Lowell Wilhauer going to get in for the first time. So Schaub, 5 points in this first quarter for St. Elmo Brownstown, but he is not going to be available for a bit.
Altamont with 3:30 on the first quarter clock. Inbounds from their bench to Melville. He crosses the timeline, asked for Caden Miller to come up, tried to pass it to him while Miller was trying to set a screen for Melville. Picked up by Maxey. Josiah got it in the lane to Colin, and then Colin just gets bumped down to the floor by Caden Miller, who just kept closing ground on him until he knocked him down.
Yeah, just kept pushing and pushing, and eventually it gets to be something you can't get away with. Okay, they did give it to Caden Miller. Okay.
I think he just said the wrong name.
You know, Caden, I get it.
Alec Yarhouse into the ball game with 3:14 on the clock, replaces Melville. Inbounds in the corner to Maxey. Maxey, Josiah, flips it to Brody Mason. He eludes his defender, gets into the lane, puts up a tough shot, and it's good.
Kind of bounced off of an Altamont defender who came over to help, and then as he was falling away, was able to get that shot to go.
Eli Miller bringing the ball up court for Altamont. Has his man behind him, gets it to Yarhouse in the corner. Out top to McManaway, now to Davis. His three is blocked by Lowell Wilhauer, and the loose ball rebound picked out of the air by Colin Maxey. He weaves his way into the lane, got a tough shot up somehow, and it goes, and it's 13-4 in favor of St. Elmo Brownstown. Altamont takes a 60-second timeout. We will as well. 2:42 to play in the first quarter from the third-place game of the NCC tournament on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Person-to-person money transfer. Easy, the way it should be. Learn more at crossroadsbank.com. Crossroads Bank.
3004 Pro Rehab is your best first choice in physical therapy.
The Eagles lead by 9. Altamont takes a timeout, and they bring it up court, trailing here 13-4.
Yeah, John Nievergy not real happy with his Indians so far, so he gets that timeout to see if he can regroup his club a little bit.
McManaway out to Yarhouse. Yarhouse looks inside, nothing doing. Back to McManaway. McManaway calls for some motion. Puts people where he wants them. They set in a 1-4 high and get it to Yarhouse on the wing. Tries to go inside to Caden Miller. Immediately triple team. They swing it to Eli Miller. Top of the key three is way off the mark. Rebound, though, McManaway, and he tries to put it up and got fouled from behind. The Eagles had a player in position to grab the board, but he just couldn't get it as it bounced between his legs. McManaway picked it up and got fouled.
Colin Maxey's first. 14 fouls for the Eagles. 2 minutes showing on the first quarter clock.
So McManaway takes a couple of dribbles. Puts the first of two up, and it's good. The 6'2 senior has his first point, and here comes Melville back into the ball game. He replaces Caden Davis. Again, Altamont playing without Dylan Elam. He was injured in the game last night. Free throw up for McManaway off the heel of the rim, and Josiah Maxey secures the rebound for the Eagles. He fires it ahead to Atwood on the right wing. Skip pass in the left corner to Wilhauer. Three is left short. Rebound's loose. Wilhauer comes into the paint to get it. Picks it out top to Maxey. Josiah goes to Collin, and Collin backs it out and slows things down. Eagles look to spread the court against the Indians' defense. Altamont appears to be in a 1-3-1 zone. Collin Maxey holds on the side, gets it out to Josiah. Josiah picks up his dribble to Atwood. Atwood drives the right baseline, gets underneath, muscles up a shot, and it's good. Adam Atwood makes it 15-5 in favor of the Eagles.
Swinging around to the other side, and he attacks before the zone can shift over.
Yarhouse finds himself with a wing three, and he buries it. Alec Yarhouse squared up and knocked down the shot. Altamont needed it. Yarhouse got it to him. But here's Josiah Maxey running it up the court. Puts up a shot in the crowd, no good with the left hand. Rebound to Caden Miller, ahead to Alec Yarhouse. Fakes the three, drives in, shot blocked from behind by Colin Maxey. Rebound out of there to Lowell Wilhauer. He goes up court, leans into Caden Miller, and he takes an extra step to do so, and he's called for the travel. 3 Eagles turnovers here in this first quarter.
Ben Rado going to come in as Eli Miller takes a seat. So Altamont gets that sub in there.
So under a minute to play in the first quarter. 15-8 the score as Cade Melville walks it up court against Josiah Maxey. Tried to go on the left side with a pass. Josiah hit Cade across the arm, and a foul is whistled.
Yeah, that's going to put Altamont at the line. That's 5 team fouls. So Maxey picking up his first, but more importantly, long way away from the basket, commits the foul that gets Altamont to the free throw line, and the person is Cade Melville.
Melville's been 2 for 2 rather at the line today. As free throw is on the way and good. Did you mention the sub for St. Elmo? I was kind of looking at something else. Baden Plum came in, replaced Josiah Maxey.
You got it.
15-9 the score now as Melville hit the first of 2. This one's up. It's good. So he hit them both. He has 4, and what was a 10-point advantage for the Eagles is now 5. 42.8 seconds and counting as Atwood crosses the timeline. Looks at McManaway as Altamont appears to be in the man-to-man. Eagles spread the court. Atwood backs out as he kind of penetrated from the center circle. Now goes back out there. Working against McManaway. Gets around him. Goes into the lane. Sidesteps the defender, but still called for the offensive foul as Radel got down there and was in position.
Yeah, I mean, Atwood had kind of made it clear that he was going to go into attack mode at some point. Radel adeptly gets into the pass, draws that offensive foul. St. Elmo Brownstown, 4th turnover of the first quarter.
Baden Plum out. Josiah Maxey back in. So Altamont got the stop they needed. They'd love to get another score.
I mean, they can get within 3 or even 2, what's probably going to be the last possession of the first quarter.
Melville gets a high screen from Miller. Takes it to the wing. They go back to Radel. Radel worked from the top of the key, spun and fell down with the ball. Traveling violation, gives it back to the Eagles with 7 seconds. So now they have an opportunity to get the last bucket.
Now Plum will get back in for St. Elmo Brownstown as Wilhauer sits. Got 4 turnovers apiece for these teams. I think Radel just got the wheel spinning a little too fast on that move.
Maxey, Colin inbounds to Josiah, who lets it roll. Now picks it up just shy of the timeline. Goes to the left side of the lane. Had a little trouble, but got it to Plum. Plum launches the top of the key 3 that actually gets wedged between the backboard and the rim as the final horn sounds. So as the first quarter comes to a conclusion, it's St. Elmo Brownstown 15, Altamont 10. High school basketball in the NTC tournament on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Has the recent
Compass Advisory Group is here to guide you in the right direction for all of your investment and insurance needs. Contact Kurt Strohmeyer or Corey McDaniel at 217-347-9697.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Thanks for watching the NTC tournaments, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
The Eagles lead the Indians 15-10 after the first quarter in the third place game.
St. Elmo Brownstown 6 of 14 from the field, 2 out of 2 at the free throw line, 1 for 5 on its 3-pointers. Altamont struggled from the field, 2 of 11, but did hit 5 of 6 free throws, went 1 for 3 from 3-point range, 4 turnovers apiece, and an 11-6 rebounding edge for the Eagles in that first period.
So it will be Eagles ball to start the second quarter of action. They flip it in backcourt to Atwood, who looks over the Altamont defense. Appears to be a 1-3-1. They go to Colin Maxey out on the right wing, extended. They get it back to Atwood, now to Maxey. That's Josiah. Looks in the corner to Mason for a 3. Shot no good. Schaub, though, on the weak side, grabs the rebound, sends it back out to Atwood, and the Eagles reset.
3 offensive rebounds for Schaub, 4 total.
He has it with Atwood. Now they get it to Colin Maxey, who goes to the right side. Colin flips it out top to Atwood. Hooks the pass in the corner to Schaub. 3 on the way, no good. But there's Colin Maxey with the rebound in the lane. Spins, goes to the left side, puts it up with the left hand, and Colin Maxey got it to go.
He's done it a couple of times in this game. That's his...
Prioritize your well-being and indulge in the ultimate experience of self-care with Bullfrog Spas from Wet Pools and Spas. Immersing yourself in luxury and tranquility through customizable jet packs that offer a personalized hydrotherapy retreat. It's more than just a momentary self-care practice. It transforms into a year-round treat for you and your family to enjoy. Explore all your possibilities at wetpoolsandspas.net or discover in-stock models firsthand in their showroom today. The journey to self-care begins with Wet Pools and Spas.
Had a phone line drop at an inopportune time. We'll tell you that Colin Maxey just knocked down a 3 after Altamont's Cade Melville missed the 3. The score is now 20-10 with 6:26 to play in the second quarter. Eli Miller brings it across the top of the key for Altamont, finding themselves down by 10. That's the largest lead for the Eagles, as they had a 10-point lead as well in the first quarter. Cade Melville flips a little screen, steps behind it, knocks down the 3 from the top of the key. He has 7, and it's now 20-13. 6:04 to play in the second quarter. Josiah Maxey down the left side of the lane. Kicks it back out to Mason on the wing. He goes to the baseline. Tried to get it out to Josiah. Pass was too hot to handle, and it's taken by Cade Miller as Altamont forces the Eagles into their first turnover of the period. They get it top of the key to McManaway. He drives the left side. Tough shot off the glass is good.
Well, that is a tough one. His first field goal of the game, leaning in. And Altamont back within 5. Good start, or good little sequence there for the Indians.
So it's 20-15 with 5:25 on the second quarter clock. Maxey flips it out top to Mason. Mason matched up with Caden Davis, who's back into the ball game. They go in the lane, trying to post up with Schaub. He kicks it out to Colin Maxey. He hits another 3. Colin Maxey with 10, makes it 23-15.
You know, Colin doesn't have the prettiest shot, but he's gotten a couple of threes to go, and he's up in double figures now.
5 minutes on the clock. McManaway penetrates, leaves it with Melville on the baseline. Had to reach behind him to make the catch. Spins, gets underneath, and lays it up and in.
9 points for him, and that was athletic attack right there on the baseline.
4:50 to play in the second quarter as Atwood's dribbling at the center circle. Altamont in the man-to-man defensively. Atwood with the offense spread in the corners, flips it over to Schaub. Caden Miller comes out trying to get close enough to force a 5 count. The official obliges with the count now as Schaub now tries to drive the baseline. Got Miller on his hip, and Miller's called for the bump.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he wanted Miller to step out. He wanted to take him one-on-one, and mission accomplished for St. Elmo Brownstown as they get the second foul on Cade Miller, so he'll have to take a seat, and that's a guy that you need on the court if you're Altamont.
4:30 to play in the second quarter. Inbounds goes to Josiah Maxey on the right wing. As Miller came out, Radel came in to replace him. Radel has picked up Josiah Maxey, who takes it to the top of the key and then leaves it with cousin Colin. Colin holds out top, puts the dribble down from the center circle, hands it back to Josiah. Josiah down into the lane, and he's going to be called for a carry.
2 turnovers for the Eagles in the quarter.
So with 4:13 on the clock, it's 23-17. Altamont with the ball, trailing by 6. Inbounds to Cade Melville, but Josiah Maxey was right there to challenge.
Yeah, he's going to make you work to get the ball down the court.
Melville hurls it to the timeline, now crosses over, gets to the left side, goes to the baseline. Defense swarms on him. Melville left it in the lane to Radel, but Radel had it stripped. And finally, Schaub is able to clear it to Maxey, who barely saved it along the sideline for Altamont's first turnover of the second quarter. Now Colin brings it up to the right side, gets into the lane, goes back left. Shot up, no good, but a foul called as Eli Miller got him on the arm.
Oh, and Maxey making things happen offensively for this Eagles team. It's been a heck of a second quarter for him, and part of the reason they're up 6 right now, and he could put them up 7 or even 8 here with a couple of free throws. That foul went against Altamont's Eli Miller, his first.
So they wait for Cade Melville to tie the shoelace before the first 2 free throws. You know, they could have shot it with him down there. But here's Maxey's free throw off the back iron, no good.
It's true, we don't want rebounding on free throws anymore after all. So if we're being economical with our time, just shoot that first one.
Here's this one. It's off the heel of the rim, no good. McManaway finally secures the rebound as he brings it up court for Altamont. Now he's going to push it to the left side, stops at the elbow of the free throw line, kicks it over to Davis on the right wing, looks out top for Melville. They swing it to Eli Miller. Eli Miller out top to Radel. Radel holds. Now looks for some help, gets it back to Davis. Davis over to McManaway. Back out top to Melville. Melville holds. Josiah Maxey right there with him. He bounces it to Eli Miller, picked up by Atwood. Miller calls out the play. Gets a screen from Radel. Goes right. Now tries to get into the lane. Cut off. Needs help as he's picked up his dribble. There's a backdoor cutting Melville, but he's on the baseline under the basket. Turns and throws it off of Wilhauer to keep the possession for Altamont.
Yeah, once Melville realized he was up a creek and had no paddles available, he had one paddle available, and that was throwing it off of the St. Elmo Brownstown player. Does that, saves the possession.
I'm glad you didn't name the creek. With 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Inbounds for Altamont, out to Davis.
I was thinking it, okay.
Davis got it back to McManaway. McManaway sets the offense. A zone look this time from the Eagles. They work it out top to McManaway. He splits defenders, rises on a 15-footer. free throw line jumper, no good. But Eli Miller battles for the board, gets it on the baseline, rises on the little 5-footer, and Eli Miller has his first 2 points of the ball game, and Altamont clawed back within 4 again.
Yeah, not a ton of field goals scored in this game, but a lot of good work on the offensive glass done by both teams. Colin Maxey busted basket.
Oh, and he went straight to the rack but couldn't finish. Rebound Eli Miller. He runs it up the right side. Sweeps in with a little scoop shot, no good. Rebound Radel, lost it on the way up. It's out of bounds, and we've got a foul whistled against Altamont.
I didn't know if maybe they just call Eli Miller for having a hand on the basketball when he was out of bounds, but apparently he's going to get his second foul, so he will have a seat. I think he's a little ginger getting up anyway, so he probably needed to come out as Cade Davis gets back in there.
Alec Yarhouse is in wearing number 1. Davis was already out on the court. As it's going to be Davis, Yarhouse, Melville, Radel, and McManaway for Altamont, as Josiah Maxey brings it up the right side. He takes it over to the left side, off around a little screen, pops the jumper from 12, and it's good. Josiah Maxey has his first 2 points, and the lead's back to 6, 25-19. 2 minutes to play in the second quarter as Melville crosses the top of the key. He picks up his dribble, looks out top for Radel. Radel, one dribble, and back to McManaway. McManaway now moves to the top of the key, picked up by Colin Maxey. Tries to take the right side. It's cut off, sends it to Melville in the left corner. He goes to the free throw line on the dribble. Now he's picked it up, needs some help. Looking, finally got it to McManaway. McManaway with 1.5 minutes on the clock. Gets a screen from Radel. Looks to the top of the key, now goes back left, drives to the left side. Shot no good, but Radel grabs the rebound. His putback is missed, and this rebound to Colin Maxey. So with 1:15 minutes on the clock, Maxey hands it off to Atwood, and Atwood will walk it up slowly.
I think maybe Schaub might have got a hand on that first shot on that trip for Altamont, so at least affected it.
Atwood penetrates the lane, looks to Schaub in the corner. 3 on the way, off the rim, no good. Melville grabs the rebound for Altamont. Outlaw that to McManaway up the left side. Drives to the baseline. Shot off the glass is good as he's fouled. McManaway showing some strength there, able to finish as he took the contact.
Greg Fiesel telling his team, you're going to foul him in the act, foul him. Don't let him get that shot up. And Colin Maxey picking up his second personal. Chance for the 3-point play from McManaway, who's had a pretty good second quarter of his own.
McManaway takes a couple of dribbles, puts this one up. Around and out, no good, but Radel has the Altamont rebound in a crowd. He kicked it out to McManaway to Yarhouse, open 3, no good. Melville, though, an offensive rebound, putback is good, and he was fouled. So Cade Melville goes into double figures after Altamont got on the offensive glass a couple of times.
Yeah, real good work on that trip, and Melville is having he's been the stud for Altamont so far, with Caden Miller having to sit with the fouls. It's Cade Melville who has stepped up on that glass. And that's the third foul for Colin Maxey, who has been a big scorer for St. Elmo Brownstown.
Melville's free throw off the side of the rim, no good, but Aiden McManaway gets to the board, puts up a shot, left it short. Rebound, Cade Schaub. He pushes it up the right side. Ball got knocked away by Davis, and before any sort of a shot was able to be mustered up court, so it'll be a foul on the Indians with 39.7 seconds left in the quarter.
Tightening things up a little bit on some of the calls here, and that foul goes against Cade Davis, his second.
Inbounds to Josiah Maxey on the block. He backs it back out to the wing. Sends it now to Lowell Wilhauer in the center circle as he came in for Maxey. Colin Maxey is on the bench, but Josiah Maxey is handling the ball. Looks like the Eagles going to go for the last one, leading by 2. 20 seconds now as Josiah is still just dribbling out there. No one's close enough to force a 5 count. Now he's in the center circle. Goes to the left side, bounces it for Wilhauer. Wilhauer brings it back out. They circle it to Josiah Maxey. Fakes the 3, his man bought. He goes into the lane, puts up a shot in the crowd, no good. Rebound tapped up. Now it's taken by Melville as he tried to throw it the length of the court. The ball hit the rafters as the quarter came to a close. After one half of action, it's St. Elmo Brownstown 25 and Altamont 23 in TC tournament action on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC tournament. Best of Success area teams from the family at Geckner Brothers.
Washington Savings Bank is here for you through every stage of life. We make banking easy and convenient.
Heartland Human Services is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Your physical and mental health are similar. Take care of both for a happy, healthy life. If you've got a passion for helping others, apply today at heartlandhs.org. Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
This is the Compass Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel at 347-9697.
25-23, St. Elmo Brownstown leads Altamont here at the half in this third-place game of the National Trail Conference Tournament. The opener was a 3-point win for South Central today in the seventh-place game, defeating Cowden Herrick Beecher City 45-42. North Clay held off Windsor Stew Straws 66-49, but the Hatchets had it down to a 2-point game early in the fourth quarter, and the North Clay just kind of pulled away, perfectly shooting from the field 5 for 5. And shooting the free throws really well as well to close it out. Here in the third-place game, St. Elmo Brownstown had quarters of 15 and 10 for their 25. Altamont with quarters of 10 and 13 for their 23 here at the half. The Eagles did build a 10-point lead in both the first quarter and the second quarter, only to have Altamont come back and pull within 2. And Dustin's been working on the stats, and he has them for us.
All right, St. Elmo Brownstown, 43.4% shooting in that first half, 10 of 23 from the field. Eagles 2 of 4 at the free throw line, and even 50%. They hit 3 of 10 three-pointers. That's 30%. Altamont, 33% shooting from the field, 8 out of 24. Indians 5 of 7, 71.4% on their free throws, and they were also 33% on their three-pointers. They hit 2 out of 6. Rebounding, tight edge for St. Elmo Brownstown, 17-15. Turnovers pretty good. St. Elmo Brownstown 6, Altamont 5. As far as the individual stats, Colin Maxey leads St. Elmo Brownstown with 10 points. He was 4 for 6 from the field, including 2 for 2 from three-point range. Did have an 0 for 2 trip to the free throw line. 4 rebounds for him, but also 3 fouls in that first half. 6 points for Brody Mason. He was 2 for 6 from the field, 2 out of 2 at the free throw line. 5 points for Cade Schaub on 2 of 4 shooting. He also had 5 rebounds and an assist. 2 points each for Josiah Maxey and Adam Atwood. Both of them, well, no, Maxey was 1 for 3. Atwood 1 for 2. Maxey with 3 rebounds and an assist. Atwood with 2 rebounds and an assist. And then Lowell Wilhauer and Baden Plum, each 0 for 1. They shot three-pointers. Either one made them. Those are the 7 who have gotten in for the Eagles. As far as Altamont's numbers go, Cade Melville leads the way with 11 points and 4 rebounds. Both of those are team highs, or at least shares of team highs. Melville with 3 for 6 from the field, including 1 out of 2 on his triples. 4 for 4 are perfect at the line. And also 4 rebounds to go with 5 points for Aiden McManaway. 2 out of 4 from the field, 1 for 3 on his free throws. 3 points for Alec Yarhouse. He was 1 for 2 from the field, both of those attempts from long range. Eli Miller, 1 for 5 from the field for his 2 points to go with 2 rebounds. And then Cade Miller, kind of a quiet first half for him, 2 points on 1 of 3 shooting. He also had 3 rebounds as he was saddled with a couple of early fouls and didn't play much in the second quarter. Ben Radel 0 for 1 from the field with a couple of boards, and then Casey Davis also 0 for 2 from the field. So Altamont they've just got they got 6-7 guys into the game in the first half. So both teams going too deep on their bench. And meanwhile, Caleb Moody tells me, as far as one more number to pass along, he and Sway tell me that 275 people right now viewing this game on YouTube. So that's always good to know. It's been a good one. It's 25-23. St. Elmo Brownstown leading Altamont at the half, Matt.
Thank you very much, Dustin, as it's been an entertaining day here at the NTC tournament. One more, of course, to go tonight. Dietrich and St. Anthony battling it out for the championship. Pre-game show around 7:15 tonight with the tip-off slated for 7:30. At halftime, they will also have the scholarship award winners from the conference recognized. And then, of course, in the post-game show, they will recognize the first and second place teams as well as the all-conference teams. And we'll have all that coverage for you here on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM, 97.9XFM.com, and the video stream on the YouTube page. As you mentioned, over 275 viewers thus far today. Let's take a break. We'll check with Gail at the studios to see about scores from the Illini and maybe another game or two here on this Saturday, as it's Altamont trailing St. Elmo 25-23 in the third place game of the NTC tournament on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
For over 30 years, SPS has been providing care to the surrounding area. Specializing in around-the-clock and hourly care, we focus on in-home and nursing home care. If you need help with your loved ones, call Mitchell or Sherry today at 217-690-3240. Diedrich Bank is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Diedrich Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Thanks for watching the NTC tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM.
We welcome you back to Altamont. The halftime score here is St. Elmo Brownstown 25, Altamont 23 in the third place game of the NTC tournament. Let's send it back to the studios with Gail to see what other scores she may have.
All right, I'll run through them real quick. In the Pinckneyville Panthers showcase in boys basketball, Chester defeated Sisney 57-51 and Mascoutah over Carbondale 37-26. In girls high school basketball action, it was Robinson over Neoga 59-36 and Newton defeated Marshall by a score of 64-42. In case you're interested in junior high regional action, in Class 1A, the Sacred Heart Regional, Sacred Heart defeated Sigel St. Michael 45-18, and Newton St. Thomas over Oblong 49-19. Elsewhere in 8th grade, Class 2A, St. Elmo Regional, it was South Central over Cowden Herrick 50-37, and St. Anthony with a big win over Altamont 73-18. Stu Straws also defeated St. Elmo there in Class 2A 47-23. And looks like in the Class 3A East St. Louis Lincoln Regional, Vandalia over Roxana 56-36, and the Class 4A Effingham Regional, Mount Zion defeated Decatur, Stephen Decatur 44-36, and Effingham defeated Mattoon there in Class 4A. It was Effingham 54, Mattoon 29. So congratulations to all the local teams.
Thank you very much, Gail. We appreciate that, as those junior high teams feed right into these varsity programs. And we are blessed with the opportunity to broadcast and cover so many local teams that put so much talent on the court, and that is exemplified here at the National Trail Conference Tournament, where it's 25-23, Altamont trailing St. Elmo Brownstown. Starters will be on the court for the Altamont Indians, and they also announced the Eagles will send their starters out as well. So it'll be Josiah and Colin Maxey, as well as Cade Shaw, Brody Mason, and Adam Atwood for the Eagles. For the Indians, it's Caden Davis, Eli Miller, Cade Melville, Aiden McManaway, and Caden Miller. It'll be Altamont ball to start the second half.
Well, the first thing you notice with those starters being on the floor is that Colin Maxey's going to be playing with 3 fouls for St. Elmo Brownstown. But you got Davis, you got Miller, you got both Millers playing with two styles for Altamont. So a lot of guys that'll kind of need to be mindful of that situation early on in the second half.
Altamont sets the play. They work it out top to Cade Melville off a couple of screens. He hits the backdoor cutter Davis, who finds McManaway wide open in the corner for three. Left it short, but Cade Melville grabs the offensive rebound, and a reverse layup over his head is good. He ties it at 25. Atwood looks to set the offense for the Eagles. Dribbles around the screen, gets a lane to the basket. Right-handed layup, though, is no good. Somehow he missed it. You never see Atwood miss that. Altamont grabbed the rebound. They pushed it up to Eli Miller. A corner three in and out, no good. Rebound Maxey. Collin outlet to Brody Mason. He drives for a shot. It's no good. Contact with Caden Miller, no call, and Altamont grabs the rebound. They've got numbers. They push it back to Davis. Open three is off the front of the rim, no good. But Caden Miller goes out to the top of the key and grabs the long rebound. He's already got a couple of boards here this half. He leaves it with Eli Miller. Works in for a shot. Contact there, no call with the body. And the rebound pulled out of there by the Eagles. And these contacts, a lot of times being created by the offense with the defender going straight up. And that's an emphasis this year with the rules. So Mason has it out top. Leaves it with Colin Maxey left side. Got the ball knocked loose, and we've got a whistle away from the ball and a foul inside going against Eli Miller.
Yeah, so at the ball, you had it being knocked away from Colin Maxey by Eli Miller, but the foul was actually down in the post. And that's Eli Miller picking up a third.
So with 6:39 on the clock, Atwood's looking to get the ball inbounded. There's the cutter Maxey. Caught it on the left side. Reverse layup on the right side, no good, as he was dealing with traffic and couldn't get the shot in.
When you tell me he didn't feel Caden Miller in the neighborhood whenever he shot that ball the way he did.
And Caden grabbed the rebound, got it to Melville, who brought it up court. Now high post to Caden Miller. He spots McManaway from the left wing, cuts in and scores as Aiden McManaway has his 7th point of the ball game. And now we've got a foul or an out-of-bounds violation whistled against the Eagles.
Yeah, St. Elmo Brownstown just had trouble getting it in against the Altamont, a little bit of token pressure there, and so a big turnover for the Eagles.
Eli Miller will kind of hobble to the Indian bench again. He's been dealing with some issues, and now he has 3 fouls to contend with. We've got a timeout taken on the court. 6:14 to play in the third quarter. The Eagles take the 30-second timeout. It's Altamont 27, St. Elmo Brownstown 25 on 97.9 XFM.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Washington Savings Bank is here for you through every stage of life. We make banking easy and convenient.
Altamont looking to inbound the ball from the baseline. Caden Davis will trigger the inbound as his teammates are in a box around the lane. Davis looking, fires it in the corner to Cade Melville. 3 on the way off the front of the rim, no good. Maxey grabs it on the run as Josiah takes it to the right side. Altamont back defensively, so Josiah slows up and waits for help. He's still dribbling, back towards the timeline, now in the center circle. Hands it off to Colin Maxey. Colin Maxey leaves it with Atwood. He cuts down the lane, stops, jumper blocked by McManaway, and the rebound's tapped over to Melville. He'll bring it up the right side, leaves it with McManaway, top of the key. Goes to the left side, now back to back out. He works over to the right side of the top of the key. Miller sets him a little screen. McManaway took it towards the basket. Ball got knocked loose and then off of McManaway, out of bounds.
Just first turnover for Altamont in the third quarter, and really you look at their game last night, a tight game with Diedrich where they turned it over more than 20 times. Much better caretaking of the basketball. That's just 6 tonight for Altamont.
And that was a concern with the way the Eagles play defense, especially on the perimeter. 5:25 on the clock in the third quarter as Josiah Maxey is looking to set things up from the center circle. Hands it off to Lowell Wilhauer, who just came into the ball game. They got it over to Atwood in the corner, slices into the lane, puts up a shot, no good, and Wilhauer touched it last as the ball goes out of bounds.
That was a good move by Atwood. The little jump stop into the paint. He found himself the space he needed to shoot, just couldn't get the layup to go. Altamont gets it back.
So they're leading by 2. Still 27-25. Melville brings it across the timeline. 3 minutes into the quarter. Got it inside with a little screen and roll to Miller, and Caden Miller kisses it off the glass, and it's good. So it's 29-25. Altamont up by 4. That's their largest lead of the ball game. But Cade Schaub has an answer. He drives in on the right side, leans in. Shot's good as he's fouled.
First field goal of the quarter for St. Elmo Brownstown comes with 4:51 showing on the clock. They had been 0 for 5 previously. Schaub gets that one to go. The foul against Yarhouse, his first.
So with 4:51 on the third quarter clock, the Eagles can get within 1 if Schaub can connect at the free throw line. It's up, and it's good. But he has 8 in the ball game, and it's a 1-point affair as McManaway trots it up court. Taps himself on the top of the head to signify the play. He goes to the left side, draws the crowd, leaves it in the corner with Davis. 3 is left short. It hit off the rim and then hit off the backboard support, so it'll belong to St. Elmo Brownstown.
Yeah, Davis just didn't catch that clean in the corner. Got him out of rhythm a little bit, left it short. He was open, but something about it just wasn't quite in rhythm there.
Yeah, the pass was low, and he kind of had to scoop it up. John Nieberg, he's questioning, why is that ball ruled out of bounds? He said it didn't go over, but the official said it hit the strap, and I could see the strap moving.
Yeah, they're not going to change it.
No. The assistant coach, Frank Poole, says, get back to the bench to John Nieberg as he's pleaded his case, and now it's the Eagles bringing the ball up the court. 4:30 on the clock here in the third quarter. Wilhauer has it, flips it to Colin Maxey. He's out on the left wing, eludes his defender. Melville reaches back around to poke it loose from behind, but it goes to Josiah Maxey. He takes it to the left corner, now brings it to the wing and circles it back towards the top of the key. It's on a slow dribble as he leaves it with Wilhauer. And now he wanted to go back to Josiah Maxey, who wasn't looking, and the pass just sailed behind him out of bounds.
One turnover for St. Elmo Brownstown, but that one, the definition of an unforced error.
So Altamont with a chance to extend the lead, 29-28, as Melville handles in backcourt, still not across the line. Now he steps across, and Josiah Maxey's right there to pick him up. They go to McManaway, left side, back out top to Caden Miller. He's the only Miller on the court for the Indians as they go to Davis on the right side. Out top to McManaway. He looks it over from the center circle and directs some traffic. As McManaway goes to the right side of the lane, stops, flips it out to Miller. Miller back to McManaway, now to Melville. Melville will try to set the offense. He gets a screen from Miller, goes right, picks it up on the wing, looks inside to Caden Miller. Sweeps in for a reverse layup. Shot no good. Rebound Atwood, and then Caden Miller picks up a foul trying to get the ball back.
You had a St. Elmo Brownstown player kind of trying to take a charge down there. Didn't get the call, but I still think that it threw Caden Miller off a little bit as he was attacking the basket. And after he missed that shot, then, chasing down that rebound, picks up his third foul. And Ben Radle's going to get in there for him.
So with 3:24 to play in the third quarter, it'll be St. Elmo Brownstown bringing the ball up the court, trailing by 1. Lowell Wilhauer will cross the timeline on the left side. Now works to the top of the key, sweeps past everybody, puts a shot up, and Cade Melville blocked it from behind in a recovering effort, and Wilhauer had it hit off of him while he was on the baseline out of bounds. I didn't think there was any way Altamont was going to prevent that layup.
It was a pretty good little play there, but nice recovery by Cade Melville, who has been a real X factor in this game for the Indians.
Alec Yarhouse has it out top to Melville left wing. He circles it into the lane on the right side, forces up a tough shot. He got it as he was fouled.
Speaking of which, he's looking he's been solid in the tournament, but this is by far Cade's best game.
Yeah, he has 15 points in this one. He came in the tournament with 17 total tournament points. Like you said, done everything you could really ask for out of the sophomore till now, but he has just extended it here today.
Brody Mason picked up the second foul there as Melville does make the three-point play.
So he has 16. Altamont ahead 4 again, matching their largest lead of the contest.
16 points, 6 rebounds, and that blocked shot.
So with 2:50 on the clock, Will Hauer will again try to set things up. Works it to Colin Maxey left side. He holds on the left wing. Now gets it out top to Brody Mason. Mason backs up with Caden Davis. And we're going to have a timeout taken by the Eagles. 2:37 to play in the third quarter. It's Altamont 32, St. Elmo Brownstown 28. We'll be back to the NTC tournament in 30 seconds on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Hi, this is Washington Savings Bank is here for you through every stage of life. We make banking easy and convenient.
Heartland Human Services is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Your physical and mental health are similar. Take care of both for a happy, healthy life. If you've got a passion for helping others, apply today at heartlandhs.org.
The Eagles took the timeout. Dustin, they've only scored 3 points in this third quarter with 2:37 left to play in the period.
Yeah, it's been a rough one for St. Elmo Brownstown. Kind of fortunate, really, with the way it's gone for them to only be down by 4. Greg Fiesel gets the timeout there. He just hasn't been happy with what he's seen out of his team. Offensively, they're just completely out of sync, and you and I kind of talked about why that might be.
Josiah Maxey comes back onto the court. Seems like he had a lot to do with the offense running a little more smoothly as they get it to Will Hauer now underneath the cage. Schaub, he had a point-blank layup on the right side, left it short, and then the ball's knocked out of bounds, last touch by Altamont.
He catches that ball in the post, and the ball's kind of almost coming out of his hands as he goes up for the shot. Not quite, but he didn't get the good shot. But then he catches an inbound pass in the paint, puts it in a little turnaround shot, and gets that one to go.
He has 10, and he scored all the points for the Eagles here in this third quarter. McManaway tries to beat his man down the right side. Looked like he had a step, but he pulled it back out and got it to Melville. Melville hesitates, goes to the left now, picks up his dribble on the wing, and he gets it back out top to McManaway. Minute 56 on the third quarter clock. 32-30. Altamont with the ball and the lead over St. Elmo Brownstown. They swing it to Melville. Melville off a little double screen, launches the three, and he buries it. Cade Melville has 19, and it's 35-30 in favor of Altamont.
He might not just be having his best game of the tournament. He might be having the best game of his high school career right now.
Atwood on the dribble, gets into the lane, stops, pops, jumper from 12, a little strong. Rebound, Caden Davis for Altamont. He's going to push it up court to the top of the key, finds Yarhouse on the wing, back out to Davis. They circle it over to McManaway. McManaway from the top of the key to Melville. Melville holds. Now ask Coach Nieberge, what do you want me to do? He gets it over to McManaway, and Coach Nieberge's aggravated. Something's not working with the offense. As McManaway tried to split defenders, the ball is taken away as he slipped and fell down. Atwood picked it up, pushes it up court. Wanted to leave it to Josiah Maxey, but they missed connections, and that pass goes out of bounds.
Well, turnover for a turnover gives them 2 each.
Minute 2 on the clock as Altamont triggers the inbound here in the third quarter to Melville. He sees a double team coming and asks for help, and it comes from McManaway, who crosses the timeline, gets it in the corner to Yarhouse. 3 on the way is good. Alec Yarhouse has 6 off the bench tonight. Altamont has their largest lead of the game, 38-30, with 43 seconds to play in the quarter.
Yeah, you bring that extra pressure up, but Altamont responds well, and the mismatch, they had the numbers down the floor, got the open look.
So McManaway picks up Atwood at the center circle. He goes to Mason. They look on the side to Schaub. Schaub looks for the cutter. That's Josiah Maxey into the lane. Shot off the glass is no good as Melville defends. Melville gets the rebound. He's almost out of bounds. Tries to save it off an Eagle, but they control it. They get a shot away inside. It's no good. Davis grabs the rebound for Altamont. Pushes it up court. Leaves it with Yarhouse. Out to Melville. 8 seconds on the clock. Melville to the left side. Tries to work a screen and roll with Radel. The pass is knocked loose. And with 1.9 seconds left, it'll be Altamont ball under the basket.
Yeah, Radel's kind of got a St. Elmo player underneath him as he tried to go back for that pass. Kind of the ball led the players where they were, so no foul called on it, but now it gives Altamont just 1.9 seconds under its own basket.
So Melville will be the trigger man. He's looking, now lobs it in the lane to Radel. Ball got knocked away, picked up by the Eagles. They throw it 3/4 of the court. I'm not sure if they'd have counted it or not. It was right at the buzzer, and it rimmed out, no good. After 3, it's Altamont 38, St. Elmo Brownstown 30 on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Person-to-person money transfer. Easy, the way it should be. Learn more at crossroadsbank.com. Crossroads Bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Thanks for watching the NTC tournaments, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Quarter, St. Elmo Brownstown trailing Altamont. Altamont will send out Eli Miller, Caden Miller, Cade Melville, Alec Yarhouse, and Aiden McManaway. Looks like the starters are out there with the exception of Josiah Maxey on the St. Elmo Brownstown bench and Lowell Wilhauer in for him.
Cade Melville had never scored more than 13 points a game in any game this season up until now. And he's sitting at, 19?
Mm-hmm. So he has been a big part of why Altamont's up by 8 as the Eagles work it around the perimeter to Lowell Wilhauer. He looks baseline, nothing there, sends it back out top to Mason. Brody Mason works around a defender, gets inside. McManaway with the help defense, blocks the shot. Miller had the rebound, but he was in around 3 Eagles, and they whistle a jump ball. So it'll be Altamont ball to bring the length of the court as the possession arrow stays with them. Dustin, third quarter stats?
Yeah, St. Elmo Brownstown just 2 of 12 from the field, made their only free throw, didn't attempt a 3. Altamont, by contrast, 6 of 13 from the field, also made its only free throw, went 2 of 7 from three-point range.
So it's 38-30 as McManaway brings the ball across the timeline, gets a screen at the top of the key, penetrates the lane, leaves it with Miller. Corner 3 is good. Eli Miller with 5, and Altamont's up 11. That's the biggest lead for either team tonight. Atwood pushes it up court, leaves it with Mason. Wing 3, no good. Rebound tracked down in the corner by Altamont's Eli Miller. He gets it ahead to Yarhouse up on the right wing. Yarhouse around a man, leaves it with Melville. Melville out top, calls the play. Jaden Miller comes to set the screen. Melville goes into the lane. Top steps, backdoor cut. That's Yarhouse. Way up good. Alec Yarhouse with 8 in the ball game, and it's a 43-30 advantage for Altamont as another timeout comes for the Eagles with 6:55 to play in the fourth quarter. We'll be back to Altamont in 60 seconds as we wrap up the third place game of the National Trail Conference Tournament on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Person-to-person money transfer. Easy, the way it should be. Learn more at crossroadsbank.com. Crossroads Bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Compass Advisory Group is here to guide you in the right direction for all of your investment and insurance needs. Contact Kurt Strohmeyer or Corey McDaniel at 217-347-9697.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
6:55 to play in the ball game. Altamont has pushed the lead to 13. That's the biggest lead for either team today.
It's been a good second half for Altamont, but as good as it's been, I think also just offensively for St. Elmo Brownstown, they've just never been able to get on any sort of a track. They had 2 field goals the entire third quarter. They've missed a couple of shots here, so Greg Fiesel gets that timeout. It's kind of it's crunch time for the St. Elmo Brownstown club.
Josiah Maxey down the right side of the lane, picked up on a switch by Caden Miller. Has to pick it up and get it out to Colin Maxey. He drives in the lane, forces up a tough shot, no good. Got his own rebound, though, spins, puts up this shot, and he gets fouled. And Colin Maxey will head to the free throw line for a couple.
That's going to be Caden Miller picking up the foul there. His fourth. So I was a little upset after that call, and I don't know if he's upset about the call or just upset with himself. But he walks around, gets himself under composure, and listen, it's a 13-point lead for the Indians, so they're in good shape.
Colin Maxey at the line, free throw up off the heel, the rim no good, and it's just been that kind of half for St. Elmo Brownstown. They have missed layup opportunities that you don't see them miss. It's just like you say, the offense just has not worked, even though they've given themselves looks. And now Caden Miller walking out after a substitution and a whistle. And what do we have here?
I don't know if he's just being warned by Howard Manuel or not, but it's a conversation that continues as John Nievergy has come over and picked up the mantle, and now.
So it is going to be a technical foul against Miller as he was checking out of the ball game. So that means he's going to be done.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we have no idea what led to it.
So with 6:36 to play in the fourth quarter, we still have a free throw to take on the initial foul, and then we'll have technical free throws as well.
Just given that Colin Maxey's had kind of a tough day at the stripes so far, he will probably not be taking those technicals. He will shoot his last one, and now John's switched the conversation to Troy Crumreich to try to plead his case, but it is what it is.
Free throw from Maxey is good, so Colin does split a pair there. He has 11, and now Brody Mason is walking to the free throw line to take the technical. And again, the Altamont crowd is upset, but we have no idea what was said and what led to the technical. Free throw on the way. Good. Mason connects. He has his 7th point of the ball game.
The kind of thing, though, could be a momentum shift for St. Elmo Brownstown if they make both free throws from Brody Mason.
And now they will have the ball. So it was a 13-point lead. It's down to 10, and they have the ball here once again after the technical.
Yeah, you feel like even with 6:36 left, there's a lot of basketball to be played, but you feel like this is a really big possession for the Eagles.
Yeah, Atwood will trigger from the timeline, goes in backcourt to Josiah Maxey. Maxey at the center circle, works to the left side, now brings it back to the top of the key with Yarhouse right there with him. Maxey tries to drive left side, hands it off to Atwood. Atwood curls, works on a jumper from 15, no good. Offensive rebound on the weak side to Mason. He got it to Atwood, three-pointer on the way from the wing, no good. And the rebound to Melville. He gets the outlet to Miller. Miller brings it up to the three-point arc. Nobody picked him up. He fires the three. It's no good. Radel went up high for the rebound, had it knocked out of bounds out of his hands. It'll stay with Altamont down in the corner.
Good job by Radel on the offensive glass. On this end of the floor, Adam Atwood just a tough shooting game for him. He's a good scorer for this team, but right now hasn't been able to get anything to go.
Inbounds to Radel on the wing, out top to McManaway. 6 minutes on the clock. Altamont leads by 10. They go to McManaway. He drives the lane after a little screen. Shot no good, but McManaway got his own rebound on the baseline. Finds Yarhouse on the wing. Back in the corner to McManaway over on the left side. He brings it out to the wing. 5:45 and counting as he hands it off to Melville. Melville asks Radel to come for a screen. He gets it at the top of the key. Ball knocked loose, but as he fell to the floor, Melville was able to tag it to McManaway. And then as McManaway started to make a move, he was fouled by Colin Maxey.
That's going to be Maxey's fourth. One team foul for St. Elmo Brownstown, but obviously the bigger important thing there is that, Maxey's only got one left.
Eli Miller tried to find somewhere to go with it on the inbounds from the sideline. Finally, McManaway pops free. He got the catch and hands it back to Miller. Miller goes to the right side of the lane into a double-team ball knocked loose, but it's picked up by Radel. He squirms for a shot. It's no good. This rebound to Cade Schaub, and as he tried to bring the ball up court, he's bumped by Miller, and that will be Eli Miller picking up the foul.
Couple of free? No free throws yet. Sorry, that's only 3 team fouls for Altamont. I'm not sure what I was thinking there, but it is going to mean that going to have a sub in here. Yarhouse sits down. Caden Davis gets back into the game.
And Eli Miller remains on the court with his 4 fouls. The inbound in the corner as Josiah Maxey made the catch. He tried to throw it off of an Altamont defender and missed him as his momentum was carrying him out of bounds. The officials signaled the wrong way, apparently, initially. Now they've got it to where it's Altamont's ball.
Well, and everybody's just kind of on tilt, especially on one side of the gym right now. So they did get it right, though, in the end.
Altamont takes a full timeout with 5:17 to play in the ball game. They lead St. Elmo Brownstown by 10, 43-33. You're listening to the third-place game of the NTC tournament on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams, in the tournament.
Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC tournament. Best of success area teams from the family at Geckner Brothers.
Washington Savings Bank is here for you through every stage of life. We make banking easy and convenient.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
5:17 to play in the ball game. It'll be Altamont ball to bring the length of the court, but they got to inbound on St. Elmo's end, down in the corner. Tough place to get the ball inbounded from.
Yeah, St. Elmo's going to play some pressure in the full court, just man pressure. Altamont able to get it inbound. Looks like they'll be able to get it across midcourt. Melville hasn't actually done it yet.
He does work across the timeline, and there's a hold and a foul whistle against Maxey. That's Josiah picking up the personal.
Just the second for Maxey. 2 team fouls for the Eagles.
So again, Altamont will inbound from the sideline. Jaden Miller out of the ball game at the 6:30 mark, picked up his 4th foul, and on the way to the bench after being substituted out was issued a technical foul. So Altamont, who only played 7 so far in this ball game, is down to 6. But they lead by 10 with 5:05 to play in the 4th quarter. As Melville works it across the top of the key, Atwood right there with him. He leaves it back out to McManaway. McManaway picked up by Mason, who's edging out towards him. Now McManaway has a 5 count working against him, so he starts to move. Works to the right side of the lane, got to the elbow of the free throw line, leaves it on the right wing with Melville. Melville, hassled by Atwood, goes to the free throw line, rips it away from a couple of Eagles defenders, but apparently the Eagles had it long enough to call a jump.
Yeah, just a little bit of a tough time for Melville there. Brought the ball low, and St. Elmo able to tie it up, which does the alternating possession, gives it to the Eagles, meaning it's the second Altamont turnover of the quarter. Or first.
4:40 to play in the 4th quarter as the Eagles, trailing by 10, let the ball roll to the timeline where Josiah Maxey picks it up. He goes to the center circle, looks to Schaub left side. Schaub brings it to the top of the key, bounces it on the wing to Colin Maxey, right at his feet, but Colin controls, now drives to the free throw line, has picked up his dribble. Altamont's good man-to-man defense knocks the ball away, but Colin goes to the floor to get it to Josiah Maxey. He works to the left side of the rim and lays it up and in.
It's kind of a broken play for St. Elmo Brownstown, but they get points out of it, and that's all that matters for them right now.
Miller crosses the timeline on the dribble, hounded by Josiah Maxey. Ball swiped at, but Miller got it away to McManaway.
Yeah, they're going to take some liberties defensively because they've only got 2 team fouls. They want to create turnovers here.
McManaway in the corner to Davis. Back out top, they go to McManaway. Coach Nieberge pleading with him to take his time, but McManaway spotted a lane to the basket, drives in, right-handed layup, no good. But Radel tapped the rebound out to Davis for a corner 3. It's no good. Radel goes to the floor to knock it loose again, over to Melville, to Davis for another corner 3. This one's missed, and Atwood secures the rebound. Pushes it up court to Mason. Mason fakes, took up a shot, got McManaway to hit him on the arm as Mason goes to the free throw line for a couple. Boy, that little hesitation there was the difference. It led to the foul there with 3:30 on the clock in the 4th quarter.
Feeling that pressure coming from the backside, right? You don't see it, but you know it's there. and you understand how the game works, and you know that you're going to have to do that. Yeah, it's the difference between getting a shot blocked and shooting a couple of free throws.
And Mason can't hit the first of two. Lowell Wilhauer in to replace Colin Maxey. Ben Radel will have a seat as he has done good work in his minutes in the fourth quarter and replaced by Alec Yarhouse. So this is the smallest lineup that I've seen Altamont run all year, with Dylan Elam out of the ball game due to injury. Caden Miller not available due to fouls, and that free throw is missed there by Mason, and McManaway grabs the rebound for Altamont.
McManaway, one of the bigger kids they've got out there, but also running the point right now.
Him and Mason going at it. McManaway works around him to the free throw line. The help defense shuts him down. He leaves it with Melville. Melville picked up by Atwood. Hands it back out to McManaway. McManaway puts it on the floor. Drives to the top of the key. Now just hands it out to Eli Miller. Altamont leading by 8. Contact between Josiah Maxey and Eli Miller. And I think Maxey was trying to draw a foul there.
Yeah, a little bloody D-box action going on there, and it doesn't get the call.
Now they do chase McManaway, and they do opt to foul with 2:48 on the clock.
Although I will say that Josiah kind of felt Eli Miller putting the shoulder into him and said, hey, I might as well try something here. Did a little bit later, Brody Mason picks up a third personal. That's also 3 team fouls for the Eagles. Mason's going to come out of the game, and Wilhauer gets in there.
Actually, it's Bladen
Plum that got in there?
Yep, Baden Plum is out there. As Wilhauer's also on the court with Colin Maxey, they're kind of protecting him with his 4 fouls, I would think. 2:45 on the clock. Eli Miller with the catch, gets around his man, drives to the basket, shot no good because he's fouled, and Eli Miller heads to the line for a couple.
Yeah, well, he just got the drop on Josiah Maxey, and Maxey could never recover and picks up a third foul. Going to put Eli Miller at the free throw line here.
With 2:41 to play, it's still an 8-point lead for Altamont, 43-35. Eli Miller's free throw after a few dribbles. On the way, round and good. Boy, it took the tour of the rim, but ended up dropping through.
Just wanted to see everything before we went home.
Colin Maxey back into the ball game as the Eagles will be on offense, so Baden Plum goes to the bench. With Altamont going small, Greg Fiesel kind of had to counter that and get Mason out of there and bring in another guard, because the quickness of the Indians is going to be a problem here without that change. And now that free throw is good for Miller as it drops through, and Mason will come in on offense to replace Wilhauer. So it's a 10-point game again with 2:41 to play in the contest. 45-35, Altamont leading. Eagles bringing the ball up court, trailing. Josiah Maxey got around his man, drove into the lane, but lost the handle, and it's picked up by Caden Davis. He looks up court for Eli Miller. Miller drives for the left-handed layup, and it's good.
Yeah, just losing the handle down here, and Altamont takes advantage.
Now Colin Maxey drives into the lane. He had it knocked loose from behind as he got around his defender, and I think it might have been Melville that reached away with that reach-around play from behind to knock it loose in the lane. Altamont picked it up, and then a quick foul from the Eagles.
Yeah, McManaway gets fouled after collecting that loose ball, so we'll walk to the other end and shoot bonus free throws now, as it was Atwood picking up his second personal. Both teams in the bonus now, 2:21 left. But, chance for Altamont to hit some free throws and kind of start putting this one away.
Aiden McManaway has played tremendous defense throughout this season, and it showed up again here tonight. He's at the free throw line now, trying to get a couple of more points on offense, as the first one's up, and it's good as it hit the front of the rim, dropped through after bouncing off the backboard. But the point being, he's primarily guarded Adam Atwood tonight, a 1,000-point scorer in his career, and Atwood only has 2 points.
Big part of the story, right? It's not always about putting the points on the board. It's about keeping them off the board for the other team, and he's done that. Second free throw, no good. Atwood with the rebound.
And he runs it up court with 2:15 on the clock, goes to the left side of the lane, kicks it out to Schaub. Schaub's three-pointer, no good. Rebound on the weak side to Josiah Maxey. He takes it out to the right corner, gets a little screen, works around it, fires up a three. It is good. Josiah Maxey has 7 in the ball game, makes it a 10-point affair again. But with 2:03 to play in the fourth quarter, the Eagles take the timeout. We'll take it as well. You're listening to the NTC tournament where Altamont leads St. Elmo Brownstown 48-38 in the third-place game on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Heartland Human Services is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Your physical and mental health are similar. Take care of both for a happy, healthy life. If you've got a passion for helping others, apply today at heartlandhs.org. Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Thanks for watching the NTC tournament.
2:03 to play in the ball game. The Eagles trail the Indians by 10. It'll be Altamont ball to bring the length of the court as St. Elmo Brownstown has to pick them up full court.
Yeah, they got to play the full court pressure, but if they foul, it's going to put Altamont on the line. So, get down to this point, you just have to do what you can.
McManaway works the inbounds to Eli Miller, and apparently someone tapped Eli Miller, and they call a foul.
It gives it to Josiah Maxey. That's his fourth. Rick Fiesel didn't see it. I'm not sure I saw it.
It was right in front of us, and there's been a lot more contact tonight that's not been called.
It's kind of been an every other quarter thing in this game.
Yeah.
The first and third quarters were kind of rough and tumble, and there you get a touch foul called, but Eli Miller's not complaining. He's shooting free throws, and he makes the first.
The seniors in double figures with 10. Makes it 49-38. Ben Radel back into the ball game. He replaces Alec Yarhouse.
8 of those 10 in this fourth quarter for Eli Miller, by the way. So he has been a major contributor.
Eli Miller with a few dribbles puts this one up, and it's good. Nothing but net as he connects on them both. Makes it 50-38. McManaway trying to deny Atwood, so Josiah Maxey comes up to take the ball. He picks it up as he let it roll as long as he could. Davis, Maxey got around Davis and now drives into the lane. And Altamont is called for a blocking foul as McManaway came off to help. So they say the foul was on the floor? No, they are going to be shooting two free throws.
Bonus anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I couldn't figure out why they were lining up to inbound the ball on the baseline.
McManaway third.
So Josiah Maxey puts the first one up, and it's good. He has 8 in the ball game, and Lowell Wilhauer will get Colin Maxey to the bench. So they're still doing the offense-defense shuttle with 1:56 on the clock. It's an 11-point game. Now it remains there as that free throw's off the back iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Eli Miller. He's going to run it across the timeline. Now spins back for McManaway in the center circle, picked up by Mason. McManaway gets a step on him, drives into the lane, draws the defense, flips it back out top to Eli Miller. Eli holds, now he'll drive into the lane, goes to the right side, got the ball knocked loose. It's off of the Eagles, out of bounds to Altamont. So the 1:35 on the clock. Altamont leads by 11, 50-39. Eli Miller flips it in the corner to Ben Radel, and he's going to be fouled quickly by Cade Shaw.
Schaub's third. At this point now, you're just in stop the clock mode and hope for the best.
Then they probably want to try out Radel.
Yeah. He hasn't shot a free throw tonight. Hasn't shot much at all, but that's not to say he hasn't done some good work. He's got 4 rebounds. He's blocked a shot. He's done a lot of nice things. He does miss that first free throw.
And with 1:33 on the clock, it will remain 50-39 as Lowell Wilhauer out, Colin Maxey back in. Free throw on the way. This one is good. So Radel splits the pair. He has his first point of the ball game. Makes it 51-39. Josiah Maxey runs it up court, gets into the lane, turns, puts up a shot. It's good. Josiah has 10. The ball rolls out of bounds. Altamont not in a hurry to pick it up. Cade Melville finally goes and gets it. Now he's looking for Radel. They inbound it to him, and Schaub immediately fouls Radel with 1:16 on the clock.
Schaub's got 4 now. So you got Schaub with 4. You got Colin Maxey with 4. Josiah Maxey with 4. Radel, after a 1-for-2 trip a moment ago, will go right back to the free throw line. And St. Elmo, they got 2 for 1 on that last possession, so they're hoping for more of the same, but they're going to have a lot of balls bounce their way.
That free throw hits off the back iron, no good. Alec Yarhouse goes to the scorer's table, but he'll come in for Radel if he can make this free throw. So he takes his time, puts this one up. It crawls out, no good. Schaub with the rebound, pushes it ahead to Josiah Maxey. He squares up for a wing 3. It's off the heel of the rim, no good. Rebound loose, picked up underneath by the Eagles. Shot up and no good for Josiah Maxey, but Atwood clears the rebound out to Mason, top of the key 3. It's no good. This rebound ripped away, and we've got a whistle. Body's hitting the floor, and we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Altamont.
Pretty quick jump ball there as came into the hands of Melville, and Colin Maxey kind of just ripped it out of there. But that's a good break for Altamont there, and they'll get the possession here.
And we've seen those go the other way with quick jump balls as well. So that's kind of been a thing we've seen.
It's kind of really last season or two, I feel like, just wasn't wrestling around very much, is what they call it.
Substitutions on defense for the Eagles as the inbounds is worked to Melville, knocked away by Will Hauer. It'll belong to Altamont along the baseline again. And that might have hit off of Melville.
I think maybe it did.
But with 55.9 seconds on the clock, we'll take a 30-second timeout as Altamont takes the timeout, leading by 10 here in the third-place game of the National Trail Conference Tournament on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Person-to-person money transfer. Easy, the way it should be. Learn more at crossroadsbank.com. Crossroads Bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Nine seconds on the clock, 51-41 the score, as it'll be Altamont ball to bring the length of the court. But the Eagles, they're doing everything they can to prevent it, and Altamont's going to line up with all 5 players out of bounds. You saw the Illini run this type of play a year or two ago. Altamont used it last year as well. The Eagles, Altamont kind of broke the huddle and gave the Eagles a chance to talk about it, though, as they went out and lined up in it, while they still had time in their huddle. So Eli Miller is the trigger man with everybody out of bounds. Now they break towards the other end, and Melville spins back towards the inbounder. He'll make the catch and immediately be fouled.
Atwood's the guy who gets him. So an interesting look, but the misdirect, and you don't know who it is that's going to break back, and that's the idea. At least allows you to get the ball inbounded against that full court pressure, and it allows Cade Melville to get to the free throw line where he's been good tonight.
The first of 2 on the way, looks good, and it is. He crosses into the 20-point threshold, as that's a big number for the sophomore.
What a fun game to watch Cade Melville have in this situation. Knowing that, especially with Elam sitting, that somebody else is going to have to really step up. He's answered the bell, and, Cade Miller not available most of the second half.
That free throw, though, was off the mark, and the rebound to Atwood. He runs it up court, leaves it with Mason on the wing. Altamont covers him up. They go to Colin Maxey. They run him off the three-point line. Maxey takes the drive to the basket, lays it up and in, and Altamont will take St. Elmo Brownstown will take their final timeout. 43.3 seconds left in the ball game, 52-43. Altamont leading St. Elmo Brownstown here. We'll take another 30-second break and be back to wrap this one up on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Color Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Person-to-person money transfer. Easy, the way it should be. Learn more at crossroadsbank.com. Crossroads Bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC. Thanks for watching the NTC tournaments. Provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XM.
43.3 seconds to play in the ball game. Altamont leads 52-43, up 9. Bring it the length of the court.
Last couple of minutes of this game, taking just a little while to decide, but you don't expect St. Elmo Brownstown to just give up the ghost. They're doing what they can, and they have got it within single digits here as Altamont inbound.
Same look, and now we've got Altamont called for an offensive foul as they ran the same 5 out of bounds, and the Eagles stood people up in front of them, and Altamont ran a player over.
McManaway picks up his 4th, so a smart counter. Now that's
because the ball hadn't been inbounded.
Okay,
they're going to call it a shove.
Not an offensive foul, so it's going to be 2 free throws for Mason.
Brody Mason puts the free throw up. He left it short. It's just been that kind of day for the Eagle offense. They've missed some opportunities under the basket early in this half that you just don't see them miss. Mason had been pretty good at the free throw line, but he missed the front end there, but he gets that one. He has 9 now in the ball game. And Ryan Howell checked in, the 5'10 sophomore, for the first time, playing a little defense, and that'll allow the Eagles to set the floor defensively after the made free throw. Eli Miller looking, got it to Cade Melville, and Melville was fouled quickly with 42 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, 5 missed free throws in this quarter for St. Elmo Brownstown, and that doesn't make the whole difference, but it makes it a little more interesting. At some point, if you're able to hit 3 or 4 of those, and that in this position where you're fouling and Altamont's shooting free throws. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, went against Brody Mason's 4th.
Free throw on the way for Melville is up and good, so he has 21 in the ball game. Here comes the offense back in for the Eagles as the Maxies return. And Altamont, more importantly, pushes the lead to 9. The Eagles don't have a timeout left. They can't stop the clock when and if they score. Next free throw for Melville is good. Give him 22 in the ball game. Josiah Maxey pushing it up court. Finds Brody Mason on the wing. They deny him a 3. He dribbles into the lane, puts up a tough 2 with the defender right in his face. And Melville secures the rebound as Mason couldn't connect on the shot. Now McManaway trapped along the sideline. And Altamont took a timeout as McManaway stopped in that coffin corner. So with 26.6 seconds left, it'll be a quick timeout for Altamont. We'll just stay right here as it's a 10-point ball game, and Altamont is poised to win this third-place competition.
Yeah, they're going to get it done. It's been a meandering journey to the end of this game. I think John Nieberge just used what, by my count, is his 4th timeout just to save that possession. As McManaway again got half a step over the midcourt line and picked up the dribble.
So he was going to be in a bad spot. The Altamont Indians called the timeout. They're learning timeout there as much as anything. Make sure, hey, we can't be doing this in this type of spot.
Well, and I suppose also just at this point in the game, and the game being how it's been, any chance to get to stop and breathe for a second is good also.
Inbounds and backcourt to Melville. The Eagles have backed off. So Melville will walk across the timeline with the dribble. Atwood does get close enough to force a 5 count, so Melville flips it to Miller. Brody Mason is going to back away, and that is going to be the final score. Altamont will pick up the 54-44 victory over St. Elmo Brownstown in the third-place game of the National Trail Conference Tournament. As the horn blows, Altamont 54, St. Elmo Brownstown 44, as the Indians come away with the 10-point victory. Third place goes to Altamont. That leaves us with 1. The one we've all been waiting for. It's St. Anthony and Dietrich coming up tonight in the championship game at 7:30 Pre-game show around 7:15. Doors will open at 6:45 tonight. And if you don't have a ticket, that's when and where you can buy one here at Altamont High School. But don't wait around. This big gym will fill up quickly as St. Anthony and Dietrich do battle for the title tonight. We'll come back with the post-game show brought to you by Farm Credit Illinois. Wrap up this third-place game and the entire day of activity here on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Compass Advisory Group is here to guide you in the right direction for all of your investment and insurance needs. Contact Kurt Strohmeyer or Corey McDaniel at 217-347-9697.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and K.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC tournament. Best of Success area teams from the family at Geckner Brothers.
Game show. Farm Credit Illinois, assisting farmers for over 100 years.
Final score in the third-place game at Altamont at the 88th Annual NTC Tournament is Altamont picking up the 54-44 victory over St. Elmo Brownstown. Altamont had quarters of 10, 13, 15, and 16 for their total of 54. St. Elmo Brownstown with quarters of 15, 10, 5, and 14 for their total of 44. And that 5 points in the third quarter really looms large as they just had some opportunities that they couldn't convert, and ultimately Altamont took advantage and came away with the win. So that was our third game of three as a part of the morning-afternoon session. In the opener in the seventh-place game, it was South Central holding on for a victory over Cowden Herrick Beecher City, 45-42. North Clay defeated Windsor Stew Straws, 66-49. And then, of course, Altamont just picked up the 10-point victory, 54-44. Altamont led in this game by as many as 13, actually, in the second half. St. Elmo Brownstown had two separate 10-point leads, one in the first quarter and one in the second quarter of action. Dustin's been working on the team numbers. I believe he can give those to us now.
Yeah, St. Elmo Brownstown shot 32.6% today, 16 of 49 from the field. Eagles 8 of 15 on their free throws, 53.3%. They'd like that to be a little bit better. And couldn't get a lot of three-pointers to go. 4 out of 16 from long range and even 25% there. Altamont, 37% shooting. They were 17 of 46. Hit 15 of 22 free throws. Not bad, 68.1% there. And they were 5 of 17, just a little better on their three-pointers. That's 29.4%. Altamont out-rebounded St. Elmo Brownstown 36-32 and only committed 9 turnovers to St. Elmo Brownstown's 11. That 9 is a huge, not a huge number, but a huge in terms of impact for Altamont because they had a bunch last night against Dietrich. They clean it up, and they are able to come out of this with the victory.
Thank you very much for those team numbers, Dustin. I tell you what, at this point in time, why don't we send it back to the studios with Gail? She has some scores from around the area for us, and we will check in with her for those now.
All right, Matt, let me tell you what I've got in the Pinckneyville Panthers showcase for boys basketball action throughout today. Chester defeated Sisney 57-51 in the first game. I do not have a final in the second game. The third game, Mascoutah over Carbondale 37-26. No final in the fourth game reported. And then the fifth game, it was Centralia leading T-Town at halftime by a score of 23-13. In girls high school basketball action, Robinson defeated Neoga 59-36. It was Newton over Marshall 64-42. Just got a final in on the T-Town girls game. It was Breeze Central 46 over T-Town 35. And St. Anthony defeated Pana by a score of 79-34. Hoping to have the Effingham Mahomet Seymour final for you a little later on this evening. In junior high regional action in Class 1A Sacred Heart Regional, Sacred Heart defeated Siegel St. Michael 45-18. Newton St. Thomas over Oblong 49-19. In Class 2A, Villa Grove Regional Bement over Villa Grove 38-36. In the Class 2A St. Elmo Regional, South Central defeated Cowden Herrick 50-37. St. Anthony defeated Altamont 73-18. Then Stewart's and Strasburg took the win over St. Elmo 47-23. In the Class 3A East St. Louis Lincoln Regional, Vandalia over Roxana 56-36. Greenville over Piazza 36-33. And in Class 4A Effingham Regional for 8th grade, Mount Zion defeated Stephen Decatur 44-36, and Effingham with the win over Mattoon 54-29. And hopefully we'll have a score on the Taylorville-Charleston game as well for you later this evening. In Illini basketball, the final, the Fighting Illini, it was back and forth, but they came up with the win. This one just in. Illinois defeats Indiana 70-62.
All right, thank you very much, Gail. Appreciate those scores as a good win for the Illini there. And now Dustin has the individual numbers from this one.
I do. For St. Elmo Brownstown, 3-men in double figures, almost 4. Colin Maxey led the way with 13 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 1 out of 4 at the free throw line with a half dozen rebounds. Josiah Maxey, 10 points and 7 rebounds. He was 4 for 10 from the field, 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. Also 10 points for Cade Schaub on 4 of 8 shooting. He had 1-for-1 trip to the free throw line and also grabbed 7 rebounds. And then Birdie Mason, 9 points. He was 2 of 11 from the field, 5 out of 8 at the free throw line. Only 2 points for Adam Atwood, 1 for 8 from the field, but he did grab 7 rebounds. And then Lowell Wilhauer, 0 for 3 from the field. Baden Plum, 0 for 1. You also had Ryan Powell and Lucas Powell get into that game for the Eagles. Neither one attempted a shot. For Altamont, 22 points for Cade Melville. Best game of his high school career by a long shot. 6 of 10 from the field, 8 out of 9 at the free throw line, 9 rebounds as well. So he just did miss that double-double. And maybe my stats are, maybe I'm one off, who knows. But good game regardless. A couple of assists and a block shot as well. Eli Miller, 11 points on 3 of 10 shooting, a 4 for 4 showing at the free throw line, 5 rebounds for Miller as well. Then you got 8 points for Alec Yarhouse. He was 3 for 4 from the field, including 2 for 3 on his three-pointers. You also got 8 points out of Aiden McManaway, 3 for 8 from the field, 2 out of 5 at the free throw line with 6 rebounds and an assist. Caden Davis never did score, 0 for 6 from the field, 3 rebounds and an assist for him. Caden Miller, quiet game with the foul trouble he had today, 2 out of 5 from the field for his 4 points, but he still found time to grab 7 rebounds. You also had Ben Radel score a single point. He was 0 for 2 from the field, 1 for 4 at the free throw line with 4 rebounds. So those are your individual numbers. See Coach Fiesel from St. Elmo Brownstown has made his way up here, so we'll get his attention, and we'll let you get on with that post-game show, Matt.
All right, thank you very much, Dustin, as we appreciate those numbers and your work with the color commentary as well, as we hope to catch Coach Fiesel here as he's in a little bit of a conversation now as well after this ball game, as the Indians come up with the victory over St. Elmo Brownstown, 54-44, as it's a 10-point win for the Indians in this third-place game here at the 88th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. Coach Fiesel has made his way up to the booth. We'll hand him the headset as we get this post-game show continues on. And Coach Fiesel, Altamont, St. Elmo, Brownstown gets together. You never know what to expect as far as how the game's going to go. And I got to say, wasn't exactly the way I figured this game would go as far as just the style and that sort of thing. But, man, it was hard fought from the start to the end.
Yeah, it was just another we fight hard. We just come out on another hard fought end that we didn't want to come out on, the wrong end of it. But, well, it's just the way it is.
The third quarter only were able to muster 5 points, but it wasn't because of a lack of opportunities. Some shots that we just see that always seem to go just didn't happen
tonight. We had about 7 little, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't anything anybody done. We missed 7 layups. 7 layups, and they were there. I mean, they were contested, but my goodness, we got to hit those. I mean, that's, if you want to win ball games like this, that you can have. And we did the same thing at St. Anthony. We had a stinker of a quarter in that game in the fourth quarter. We came out here and got beat 15-5, and we lose by 10. So there you go. But this team is a wonderful team to coach, and I love to do it with them. But we got to quit that. That's you got to quit doing the third of the fourth quarter. It kind of started, and I told the boys before the game, I said Altamont is notorious for putting on a big run with about 2 minutes in the second quarter right before half, and what happened? That's what happened. And they put it on, and we kind of just lost it. But the boys played hard in the fourth quarter. We did. I know we drug that game out, but hey, we don't quit till that last ticks off, and that's of the clock. And kids played hard.
And if it doesn't benefit you in this game, it's something that you have to learn from to use later, correct?
Oh yeah. I mean, our schedule's pretty tough from now on. I mean, we got we've got tough games coming. We got to come back here in February, and this one meant a whole lot. I know maybe it wasn't, but it did, because what I'm getting at is the regional seeds come out before we play these guys again.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah.
That's why it meant so much, because the fact, it meant a lot for the third and fourth in the NTC, but when the regional seeds come out before we play them again, so here we are. So that's why we wanted to tackle this game head on, because of that factor. So, but they played a great ball game. Altamont did, and they had kids step up that, maybe hadn't been getting some time, but they got it, and they got the opportunity. They seized it. They played well, for them. Hit big shots, and we were ready for them. They just hit big shots for them.
Well, and your club, is a very good team, a very balanced team with a lot of weapons. You had 4 players right around double digits in scoring, and one of them wasn't Adam Atwood tonight. Of course, he drew a lot of attention, but he doesn't force things, generally speaking, and he does a nice job of trying to set up his teammates as well.
He does. We just gotta learn how to shake him loose a little bit more, offensively. But we're having a communication problem from the bench to the floor. I lose my voice every night, and I shouldn't have to. We have calls that they know that we're going to make. We got to turn and look at me, and that's that. We had several calls tonight that one guy knew them, but we weren't communicating them to the rest of the team. And I'm sitting here, it's just we're going to work on some stuff Monday. It's not a major. It's not a discipline thing. It's not that. These kids don't need that. It's a communication thing from the bench to the floor that we have to work on and make sure that we know, everybody knows what I want done at a certain time, and we'll get there. It's fine.
And the tight games and the tough battles of this week give you the opportunity to say, okay, guys, see, this is what we're talking about, and this is why we need to improve on some of these things. Correct?
Yeah, it is, and they know that, and it got better at times, but we have calls off of an opponent's free throw shot. We having a call there, and if we can get those calls made, it'll make things easier on us, and that's why I think like a kid like Adam is a little tougher getting shots, because we're not running things right. But hey, we had a good week of basketball. We played extremely hard. We played one of the ranked teams, the top ranked team in the state, to a 5-point third quarter. And then here we play these guys. They've been ranked and whatever. So I'm happy with what we're doing. It's just we got to grab a win here. I mean, being happy with that is fine, but I'm never happy with losing. But I would a lot rather compete like this than to go out and just get pummeled. And that's. I thought we fought them hard for the size Miller is, and I thought our kids played hard, and Altamont played hard. Those Altamont kids played hard. I have utmost respect for Altamont kids, the community, and John, and the way they play. Hey, we're rivals, but we're friends at the end, so here we are.
Well, Coach, it's fun to watch your club take the court. We look forward to seeing them again later on this season, and we wish the Eagles the best of luck.
Well, thank you, Matt.
Coach Greg Fiesel, nice enough to come up to the booth after the ball game. As he sets the headsets down, we'll see if we can get Coach John Nieberge's attention and bring him in for the post-game interview as well. As, the coaches shake hands and Coach Nieberge slides the headsets on. And I talked with Coach Fiesel, out of a lot of the ways that I thought this game would go today, this probably wasn't the way I saw this one just working out. I didn't know who was going to win or lose, but for your club to be down Elam at the start of the game, and then to essentially have a night from Caden Miller that's very unusual due to foul trouble. Your kids found a way to get a win against a really good opponent.
Yeah, St. was really good. Coach Fiesel does things against us that stretches us out, kind of runs some backs cuts and hurts us, and they all guard. So we had some mismatches. We didn't know who Caden was going to guard to start the game. We put him on someone, and then we switched it later. So yeah, we had question marks going into the game too. But I we got down 13-5, and I called that timeout. I was like, can't let this get away too far. And the boys did a really good job of executing down the stretch. We got back together, connectiveness on defense. Like, we didn't push them into anything easy in the half court.
There's a lot of places to start as you start to break down this ball game, and you talk about individual efforts. I guess where would you like to start with that sort of thing?
Aiden McManaway scored. He was definitely the guy he guarded versus what he scored was definitely a plus, because I know Atwood's a really good scorer. Really quick. And Aiden, we had him down from Atwood only having 2 points, so that's a whale of a job. To hold that type of score to that, and to be the main ball handler half the time. So it's, I thought Aiden played really well. Cade stepped up. Cade Millville, hit some free throws. We were running some ball screen action. That's what we thought was our best kind of offense. There in the second half, and Cade hit some threes that read the ball screen really well. So those two guys played a heck of a ball game. Some of the other ones did too.
We had Cade for 9 rebounds.
Yeah.
You might find another rebound on the tape. Try to get him to that double-double.
Yeah, he got our belt tonight because of that 22 and 9.
And Eli Miller, watching him on the court, you'd see him kind of limp to the bench or maybe limp over to the sideline to inbound. But when he was playing the game, you never saw any he wasn't slowed down, at least to our appearance.
Right.
And that's a kid really gutting out a ball game here.
Yeah, he's hurt more than what you probably think he is, and that's just, he's a gamer. He's not going to let something hurt. He did get by the cheerleaders and start limping again. I said, well, you got to start limping by the cheerleaders again. Okay. But he's a coach's dream. He's going to go 100 miles an hour at 100% the whole game.
And you had Alec Yarhouse come off the bench, knock down a couple of big threes, went back door, got a nice layup in there at a big time in the ball game.
He didn't play at all last night. It wasn't by design. We just didn't feel like the matchup was right, and he didn't hang his head, didn't pout, got in there and come off the bench and hit a three right away. Like, he was just confident, shoot or shoot. And, we tell Alec when he's open, shoot it. I thought he really played a good game, even defensively. Sometimes he gets burnt defensively, gives up middle a little bit too much. He was on point today.
Ben Radel obviously played probably a few more minutes than maybe in a sense you would like.
Right.
But, he did some good things, made a free throw, got a bunch of rebounds, and was defensively, his length can cause trouble as well.
Yeah, when we've told Ben for the season, when he's in there, he's got 5 fouls, and he's got to get every rebound. So he knows how to play it. When he learns how to use his length on defense, he's going to be even better. He's going to be almost just as good as Caden Miller, just not as wide. But Ben's our post off the bench, our lone kind of post off the bench, and Caden Miller's gotten foul trouble before, so Ben's been in that situation, and we're really pleased to see him grow as a varsity player.
Come out of this tournament, you go 2-1, facing some really good competition as always, and your club is now 14-5 on the season. How do you propel yourself into the final third of this season?
Get healthy. Everybody's banged up. I don't know if everybody's banged up as we are right now, but I think today was a good indication of how we've grown a little bit from last night. Even we were up 8 to start the fourth quarter today, and we might have been 8 points last night too. So just to see us kind of
figure that out a little bit. Turning the ball over is something we got to kind of work on when we drive. Maybe I need to go something a little bit different than a dribble drive, but we'll figure it out. We got some big games left before seeds. We can't slip because we need to have the best matchup here because we got the regionals. So there's big games coming.
Well, Coach, some big games coming, but some big games played here in the NCC tournament.
Tournament.
And we appreciate you coming up and chatting with us, and we wish the Indians the best of luck here coming down the stretch of the season.
Thanks for being here.
It's our pleasure. That's Coach John Nieberge of the Altamont Indians as we wrap up the third-place game coverage, as it was Altamont picking up the victory over St. Elmo Brownstown by a final score of 54-44, wrapping up our 3 broadcasts that we have for you in this session. The first game went to South Central in the 7th-place contest, 45-42. And the North Clay Cardinals took the consolation championship game, defeating the Windsor Sioux Strong Patchets 66-49. And then, of course, here in the 3rd-place contest, it was Altamont 54, St. Elmo Brownstown 44. Well, that leaves us with the championship game tonight. Should be a dandy as St. Anthony and Dietrich will square off. Game tips off at 7:30. Our pregame show around 7:15, as we have a lot to do as a part of that broadcast tonight. Be here in person if you can. The doors will open at 6:45. Tickets, if you don't have one, will be available then as well. And if you can't get here, join us for the radio broadcast on 97.9 XFM or on the internet at 979xfm.com or our YouTube page for the live stream as well. As Swade and Caleb will be bringing you the pictures again tonight. Thanks to Gail back at the studios. We'll wrap it up. For Dustin White, I'm Matt Robinson. Have a great rest of your afternoon, and we'll catch you tonight for the championship game of the NTC tournament here on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Thanks for watching the NTC tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.